In this video I'm going to show you how to do your first formula. So there's a few very basic formulas you can use. The first thing when you want to do a formula, you need to start it off with an equal sign. So you're not going to do another equal sign again. So doing formulas in Excel is a lot like mathematics. Remember, in mathematics you will say 1 plus 1 equals 2. In this case, you're starting off with the equal sign because at the end, your formula result will then be in the specific cell. So it's just turn around a bit. When you're working with mathematics, you need to have brackets in place. So for example, if I want to take 1 plus 1 and divide the result by something, I need to put it in brackets. So it's the same principle with Excel. So let's do a very simple formula. So the first formula I'm going to show you is how to total in Excel. Now there's a few ways. So if I've got the numbers here, I've got 5 numbers, and I want to get the total of that. So first, you could go equals, and say that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that one. So now I've got the total. So I'm starting with equals, and I'm selecting every single cell and just putting a plus sign on it. So I'm just going to copy this to here, and we'll show you how to copy and paste later. So another way of doing it, if you go to home page, and I'm standing on that cell, you go to auto sum. Can you see it will automatically create a function for you, and it will automatically sum it for you. The other way, we can just select it. So can you see that when we select these cells at the bottom here, it's showing the sum is 5. So although it's not showing it in the specific cell, you can see it at the bottom, and you can add a few here as well. So I can add the minimum or the maximum. So now you'll see it's showing me that I'm selecting 5, the minimum is 1, the maximum is also 1 in this case, my sum is 5, my average is 1. So can you see how handy this is? So that's a basic way of totaling information, and that's your basic formula. The other one is how do I subtract information. So again, you need to start with an equal sign. I'm going to say that cell minus that cell. So use this minus sign, and there we've got the result is 0. How do you divide? I select that cell, so I start with the equal sign. You do divide, so it's a forward slash and the other cell. How do you multiply? Take that cell, use the star, and that. So that's probably the only one that's a bit different. You're not going to use X, you're using the star there, and then you multiply. So formulas in Excel updates automatically. So if I do change this, you can see the formulas will automatically change. So it's done immediately, except if you've got a calculation put off, which on default it's on. So this is your basic calculations. Either a plus formula, a minus to subtract, a divide, and a multiply. That's your basic things. So what if we want the result of this 2 and multiply that by 2? So I'm going to, now it's normal mathematics. So I'm going to say that cell plus that cell, close the bracket, because I need the result of this and do something with the result. Say multiply by 2. So instead of saying multiply by 2, I could have selected a specific cell, which now will be 5, and then it's multiplied. So I'm taking 1 plus 5 is 6, times 5 is 30. So of course I could have done a manual formula to say 1 plus 5 times 5. Would have given us the same result. But the best way to do formulas is by selecting them from specific cells, like we did in the first one. We selected cells, because this one is always going to be the same. So this is a very basic way of doing formulas. Just remember to have your brackets ready. So the plus is a plus, the minus is a minus, divide is a forward slash, and multiply is a star.